Hey everyone, welcome to today's podcast. It's podcast. Listen, I'm doing too many things here. Webinar. Today's webinar number 30. Can you believe it? Aging in place professionals. Today we're going to talk about marketing trends in the aging in place industry, how to find them, and just give a few ideas on how to use them. The basic idea of knowing your marketing trends is, or knowing what's trending in your market, is to capitalize on that, to use that in your marketing, to see what it is that people are looking for, and then how you can help them with whatever it is that they're looking for. As we all know, marketing changes throughout the year. There are some evergreen type of things. Of course, people will almost always need things like grab bars, or services to come in and assess homes, or any kind of home maintenance type of thing. That's all year. But then there are seasonal things that happen in the summer or winter, and so on. So you want to capitalize on those things. And just so you know, the rule of thumb on the internet is to start marketing any seasonal thing 3 months ahead of time, maybe even 4. So you don't want to start marketing anything for, let's say, the holidays in November. You want to do it in August. You want to start then. And some people even start as early as July. But the idea is to start working on that marketing and start getting it out there, so that when that time comes, that information is out there on the internet and available for them. But then, of course, you want to kind of find out what it is that people are looking for. So the marketing trends tend to hit different industries differently. And as we all know, in the aging in place field, the niche, there are a lot of sub niches. There's smart home people that do smart home installations. There's contractors. There's designers, interior designers. There's also handyman type of people. There's occupational therapists, physical therapists, people that do home assessments, people that produce products to help seniors live longer, more independently in their homes, more safely. There's also products and services for the families, not just the seniors living at home. So there's a lot of sub niches in the aging in place niche. So you want to find the sub niches in your area that you can look at as far as marketing. One of the things that's happening now is that seniors are more digital now than they used to be. And I think that's probably mostly due to COVID, because during COVID, so many of us had to learn how to become more digital than before. I have friends who swore up and down that they would never use online banking, and now that's what they're using. Here in Atlanta, the Atlanta Journal newspaper is not going to be printing print newspapers anymore. I think it's starting next year in January. So that's it. No more paper delivery, no more ink on your fingers, none of that as far as the Atlanta Journal. If you want to read the Atlanta Journal, then you have to go online. So I don't know if that's happening in other places, but the Atlanta Journal is a pretty big newspaper here, and it's all going completely online. I have no idea what they're going to do with all those printing machines, but it'll be interesting to see. But seniors are also using, Google and Facebook and YouTube, and of course Nextdoor. But more and more are using AI programs. I can see that in the people that are visiting our websites and our podcasts and everything. They're coming more and more from ChatGPT, Perplexity, Comet, Copilot. So it's interesting to see that is really growing much faster than I think most anyone thought that it would. And because of AI, and because of the surge, the silver tsunami of seniors. That demographic is growing so fast, 10,000 plus people a day until 2040, and then the next generation takes over. Because of that, businesses are beginning to realize, and entrepreneurs too, that of what is lacking in the area, in that field. And that's so new products are coming out, new devices, new services, all of those are constantly coming out. So you want to keep ahead of that. You want to try and not even to keep ahead of it, but you at least want to be able to capitalize on it. If you see a new product, I just purchased a new product today that is an extension of a socket. So you plug it in, and it's on Amazon, of course, and it's got a, well, you know what? I'm going to show it to you because I think it's really pretty cool. Okay, here it is. It's the Easy Outlet extender. And the reason that I bought it is because I'm going to do a little video on it, a little demonstration video, because what I thought about for aging in place is you put in this part here into the actual outlet, and then it extends the outlet further up, which is perfect if the outlet is, let's say, behind a sofa and you want to easily, access that outlet. It's perfect if you're in a wheelchair and you want to raise the outlets so that they're further up on the wall, making it easier to attach to, easier to access. It could be used for a lot of different scenarios. But the point is, it's a product that could easily fit into an aging in place, home. Well, not even, it doesn't have to be aging in place. It could be for a lot of different reasons. But here is something that is available online that someone created. It's a brilliant idea. And then as an aging in place professional, you can sell it, you can talk about it, you can market it. So it's a trend. Look, it's got 763 people already so far that have reviewed it. It's got very good reviews, at least. It could be something that you could use as a trending product, and then even add it to your services. So I think that that's a great, anything like that, things like that, I think are so important to keep up with and always look at what's happening out there in the world of products and services, and how can you incorporate that into your business and what you're selling and what you're doing, what you're teaching. If you're a local business, understanding the trends that are happening in your area is also very important. Google Business Profiles is a great place to showcase that. And any kind of local SEO, search engine optimization, that you do for your website or anything else is also very good. If there's a festival coming up, you can talk about, no, that's not what I want. Okay, I think I doubled that. So if there's an upcoming festival coming on, then you want to be able to, connect to that somehow. Maybe it has something to do with aging in place, or maybe you want to, or your niche, or maybe you want to talk about how that can be beneficial for someone. I have a story. There's a new park that they just built by me. It's just a 10-minute walk maybe that I can get to it. And they took down a lot of trees to build a park. I know and what they did is they basically created like a city park. And it's got a lot of cement walls, and it's got fountains and stairs up to the library. I mean, they did a nice job. But everything is cement. And what they did not do is they did not add a lot of handrails on those steps. And my neighbor just told me this morning that she fell down the stairs. There was no handrail to hold on to. There's no, I forget what it's called, no edging on the steps, the cement steps. So as you're going down the cement steps, it is easy, especially if the sun is hitting just right. It's very easy for the step to blend into the next one, so you can't see the edge of the step. I'm just waiting for someone to go down those steps and break their leg because there's multiple steps. So they should have done that. There's nothing marking, where the wall mat meets the ground, which is also cement. I mean, I call it Chernobyl because everything is just cement. And yeah, there's new trees that are going to be growing, and yeah, there's water fountains, and I mean, it's a nice layout, but they didn't do a very good job as far as what they could do for anyone with low vision or, poor mobility. They did not accommodate it for that. So that is something that I can certainly walk around and do a video on and say, well, this could have been done, that could have been done. And it's because they simply didn't use somebody to assess the area. They didn't use an aging in place professional to assess the area, because aging in place is not just about the house, it's also about the environment. So don't forget that. All right, so let's talk about some of the trends that you can use to help you with your marketing. Remember, these webinars are all about trying to help you market your business. And I'm using my 25 years of internet marketing experience to help you with that. I'm not saying I know everything about marketing, far from it, but I know something, and I am just trying to help you with that. All right, so trend number one. Google is definitely no longer the only place to go. It's still a lot, I know, but it's still a majority of people are using it, but it is slowly, I can see in a year or two, it will not be the place that everyone goes to as the majority. AI-driven search, meaning ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilot, Comet, any other AI program that you can find and use, are all driving traffic to products and services. So in order to do that, you want to make sure that whatever it is you're talking about, that it is easy to understand. Whatever it is you're selling, it is easy to understand, and you want to target that message to a specific problem. It used to be years ago, or maybe even a few months ago, that you would target the specific audience, which is true. You're still targeting a specific audience. But now, because AI is so smart and able to decipher what it is that the person typing in the query is looking for, you want to really target the problem. So it's things like, it's not targeting family caregivers of seniors. It's targeting things like, I'm so exhausted about caring for my mother. I don't know how to lift my mother off the bed. Things like that. You're targeting the problems that the demographics that you're targeting are having. Aim your message to them. Obviously, that means you need multiple messages. So that's why it's so important to put as much content out as possible, be it blogs, be it LinkedIn articles, be it video, whatever, Instagram posts, slideshows, talks, whatever. It's important to do multiple targeting each particular problem. And sometimes it's multi-layered, not just one shot. You want to include key details, of course, who you are, why should anybody be listening to you, and where you work, what services do you provide, where do you provide them. All of that has to be very clear and easy, not only for AI to understand, but also for the reader, the people, to understand. And again, answer the questions that people are looking for. And we're going to be talking about that in just a little bit, on how to get through all of that. How to find those real questions. Now, webinar number 2 that I did way back then is a webinar on how to find what your target audience is looking for. And I go through some programs that can help you with that, KeySearch, and I think Ahrefs, and I'm not sure if I used Keyword Everywhere, but anyway, there's several programs that I used in that webinar, and some are free, some you buy, but it gives you ideas of what exactly it is people are looking for. But I thought I would run down just a little scenario here of of exactly what it is. The idea of looking for what it is people are looking for. So you want to talk about their problems, their fears, their goals. You want to look for that. You want to, what are they complaining about? And you can even, if you have clients, you can also write those down as well. What are they asking you over and over again? If you get the same 5 questions every month, then you know that that's something that more people are looking at and having problems with. And if you can fix it, write about it, do a video about it, anything at all that you can get the information out there that you're the one who can fix that. And what are they afraid that might happen? What are their fears? What are most people afraid of? If you talk to most elderly adults, their biggest fear is usually about falling. And that's true. I mean, I have that fear myself. So, okay, so now what can you do to help them with their falling? If you're a smart home installer, then can you install fall detection devices or emergency alert devices or voice activated devices? If you're a contractor, you install more grab bars or handrails or ramps. If you're an interior designer, are you going to be looking at colors and clutter and and organizing things so that the chances of falling in the home or tripping over anything, cords, rugs, whatever, decreases? Look at all of those things that can help to decrease that fear of falling. And then write the information about what they are. Go into Google and type in, slowly, go into the search box. Let's go into Google and we'll type in, let me get into Google here. Hold on. I had to move the box a little. All right. So going into Google. So let's say we're going to go into fear of. So if I type in fear of, do I get anything like that? Or no, that's too generic. So I'm going to say seniors fear of falling. Duluth is a little town near me. I don't know why Duluth, that would be it, but it's a phrase people are typing in. What do seniors fear the most? Seniors against a fearful environment. How to not fear getting older. All right, so ramps for wheelchairs, ramps for dogs. There are people who have dogs also, who are older people who have dogs who need ramps as well. Ramps for homes. How can seniors fly business class, free internet, get help with home repairs, anything like that. And then the more you type in, if you skip a space, and then type in the word A, it will give you other phrases. How can seniors, how to apply. If you type in B, you'll get even more other phrases. If you type in BA, then it keeps, and you can continue going on and on and on. And that's it's a free way. It's a time-consuming way, but it's a free way. How can seniors improve their balance? That's a good one for physical therapists. How often should seniors bathe? Believe me, that's a controversial subject. So if you want to get into controversy, I have a video about that. It's crazy. So you can, just keep going and see what basketball. Okay. So if you can just keep going, that's a great way to get information about what people are typing in. And anyway, that's a great way to do that. Is basically, it's the autocomplete. It's called the Google autocomplete. But anyway, you can do that. People also ask, so when you go into Google, let's say bathing equipment for elderly. So let's do that. So it's going to be a lot about equipment. You're going to scroll down. Here's the AI overview and where a lot of people are going, but then there's the websites. But if you keep on going, you're going to find related products and services. You're going to find people also ask. These are other questions that are related to that main topic. And these are questions that you can also target and talk about and market. If you want to, how often should an 80-year-old bathe? If you click on that, it'll give you information. If you click off of that, you'll get even more information. Does Medicare pay for bathroom safety equipment? You click on that, and if you click back, you'll get even more information about Medicare, and it just keeps going on and on. So that's an easy way to get even more information about what people are looking for. And each question, of course, like I said, can become a blog post, an article that you publish anywhere, a video, a social media post, anything at all. And then don't forget that on the bottom, in addition, there's also related searches. I keep on going. There's people also ask, people also search for related searches. So I can say, let's see, solving problems with bathing seniors. So a lot of caregivers have problems with this. And if you scroll down, of course, there's no products. This is informational type of thing. Here's the people also ask. Keep on going past the websites, and then people also search for. So you'll see other topics. You can, maybe there's elderly bathing service. Didn't know there was such a thing called, I know there's home caregivers, but okay, elderly bathing service. That's an interesting phrase that you could use instead of just saying home caregivers that also do bathing. Okay, use YouTube the exact same way. You're going to go on YouTube and you do the exact same thing, the auto search. So let's go to YouTube, and if we type in, let's say on YouTube, let's say how to bathe. See, you get all of these auto searches. A lot of it is kittens and cats, and I would never do a cat. How to bathe and then if I do an S, I'll get a senior citizen. Okay, so now if I'm going into senior citizen, then I'll get that. And then now I have keyword insights in here. Keywords everywhere. Installed on my browser, so I do get additional phrases or additional information from that. And here's my video that I get a lot of controversial comments on. But anyway, so if you scroll down, I don't know if it gives more information. Oh, here's another one of our videos, and another one. Wow, we come up a lot for that topic. Okay. Yeah, so you don't get a people also ask kind of thing, but you do get an auto-complete when you're filling out the information up here. And then it can give you more, information on what people are worried about, what they're looking for, what kind of help they're looking for. So, all right, so those are just the quick review of how to find keywords for or phrases or problems that people are looking for. Trend number 2, video. Video is king. How many times do we get caught up in the YouTube web where you spend 3 hours on YouTube and you didn't even know you were there for so long? So at least I do. I don't know. There's a lot on YouTube, but it's so easy to make videos. You can use your smartphone. Just don't try to make it perfect. I have some people that I know, some friends, and then some acquaintances and some colleagues who spend hours working on videos. Some have spent years contemplating doing videos, but finally they realize that it can't be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. It just gets better each time you do one. So just get your smartphone, get some good lighting, get a good microphone, and just talk, do your thing. But these days it's so easy to do videos. You don't even have to be in front of the camera anymore. So I wanted to talk about some, or at least give you ideas on some AI programs that can help you create these videos. InVideo AI, Opus Clip, CapCut, HeyGen, Canva, Descript, and ScreenPal. Those are all programs that are very, very good and what I'll do, I didn't put the links on here, but when I create the PDF of this slides, I'll have the links on there. And these are all excellent ways. Now, HeyGen, again, you can actually create avatar of yourself, a copycat avatar of yourself. I have tried to do it, and I'm not that good at it, but I haven't played around with it a lot. But anyway, you can make an avatar of yourself. You can change the background, you can change the settings, and the avatar is talking with hands and everything. It's not like it's just a mouth moving. And then all you have to do is put in a script, and then it will talk the script that you put in. The one caveat is that when you write the script, make sure that the script sounds like you. It's not like you're writing something for an article. You have to actually say things like, let me think about it. Well, I don't know. You have to insert these little phrases so that it will sound, because it speaks exactly the words that are on the script. So until they come up with one that can be a little more animated as far as language. It's definitely animated visually, but not animated as language as of yet. Doesn't throw in those little things that make it seem more human. All right, at least not you have to do that now. Okay, trend number 3, personal branding beats business branding. I saw a thing once on Shark Tank years ago, and they talked about the story of the person. And from then on, I started noticing that they talked a lot more about it. So when someone came in to present their widget, whatever they were selling, a service or a business or product or whatever, they didn't often talk about the story behind how the thing got created or why it got created or who the creator was. And the sharks would talk about it's so important to say your story. People want to know who you are, why you are. So when you initially start doing these marketing, have your picture there. Have the picture of your crew there. Do the videos with you in them. And then later, you can do some more without you in it. But definitely have a good amount. I would say 60-40. 60 with you in it, 40 with you not in it. But not at the beginning. At the beginning, make it all 100 you so that people get to know you, see you, trust you, and understand, and talk about your story. How did this thing come about? I built the Aging in Place directory because people were writing to me from my other website, Senior Safety Advice, saying, well, where are all these people? I can't find someone to put in a ramp. I can't find someone to come do a home assessment. I don't know who to talk to about this or that. And I'm thinking, well, they're out there. Of course they're out there. Yeah, they are out there. All of you are out there, but you're in pieces. You're one in Facebook, one maybe on the internet, one in LinkedIn, another one here. I mean, just all over the place. There's no one center Angie's List kind of thing where everyone is listed. And that's why I built the Aging in Place directory. And I'm trying very hard to get lots of people onto that directory. Anyway, my point is, be present, tell your story, talk to people on video, put your picture on your articles, anything at all. Be personal. And if you have a team, use them. I think it's wonderful that when people introduce the team, because it makes it more like a family kind of thing. All right, trend number 4. Local social platforms are truly gold. I'm talking about things like a neighborhood, community groups, newsletters. My neighborhood has a little monthly newsletter thing. It's just a flyer that they send out. Next door, anything in your area that is local. Those are a great place to put your ad. Hopefully you don't have to pay for an ad, but usually you do. Excuse me. People are always looking for, does anyone have a good contractor? Anyone have any ideas on whatever it is that they're looking for? And that's a great way to understand the needs of your community. If you open up your Nextdoor online and you see 30 people looking for a ramp for their home, then, well, that is obviously something very necessary. If you see people trying to find caregivers coming to the home to help care for a senior loved one or someone who's disabled or anything, then you know that that's a need. It's a great way. Yeah, does it take time to look through that? Yes, it does. Absolutely. I know a lot of marketing does take time, and that's why so many businesses hire somebody to do the marketing for them. But in the beginning, as solopreneurs like I am, entrepreneurs, it's important to know how to do it so that when you do, or if you do hire someone to do it, you understand what's involved and you can understand the value of what they're doing. And also you can make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, because there's a lot of sleazy marketers out there, I will tell you. All right, trend number 5. Reviews are so important. So, recently I sent out an email to all the members of the directory asking, hey, if this directory has been useful for you, if the webinars have been useful, if you've gotten business from it, if it's helped you in any way, please send me a review, and I can put that on my on the Aging in Place directory, hoping to entice other aging in place service providers, products, anything at all, to get onto the directory, because reviews are good. Now, I couldn't do that earlier because we didn't have that many people on the directory. It's brand new. But as of today, as of November 19 of 2025, we have 71 members on the directory. The directory is not even a year old, so I know that it takes time. I wish it was quicker, I wish it was going faster, but I'm working hard on getting that done. Anyway, reviews. Ask for reviews. I think I did, you know what, I'm going to do a webinar all entirely on reviews. I know I talked about it before on another webinar, but it wasn't the main gist of that webinar. So let's do one just on reviews. Anyway, okay, so trend number 6, partnerships and referrals. You have heard me say this a gazillion times. It is so important, I think, for all of us, because our niche, because the Aging in Place niche it encompasses so many different services and professionals and different products, that it's important to affiliate yourself with these other companies and providers that do what you do not do. So that if you build ramps and install grab bars, then you walk into someone's home and they're talking to you while you're doing your work, and they make a comment about the fact that they're having trouble working in the kitchen because it's just not as user friendly as it used to be, or there's so much stuff everywhere. Then you want to have someone in your Rolodex, be it digital or manual, physical Rolodex. You want to have someone there that you can say, oh, well, here are 3 people in the area that you can call that can help you with that. Or here's someone that can, do a home assessment if you need, you need an entire home assessment. Or did you know that there's someone, there's an interior designer that can help with lighting and whatever? Here, call these people. Things like that. Having that then makes you the authority for them. Then they will call you for more things. They will remember you better that way. And you are not only just marketing now your services, but you're also marketing someone else's services. And then that person should have you in their Rolodex, and so on and so forth. And that's really so very important. I see I talk to a lot of aging in place providers across the country. I just spoke to one in Costa Rica the other day, and another one in Colombia, and another one in Bangladesh, even, if you can believe it. And all of these people are working in silos. They're working in their own little box. They're not collaborating with other aging in place professionals, and that's not how it's going to grow. You have got to work with others. It's so very important to do that. So get out there, build up that Rolodex, and see what's going on. All right, so how to stay updated with all of this. It's a lot of stuff. It's like, are you kidding? How am I going to do everything on top of everything else that I'm doing? Well, I always go back to that book, Atomic Habits. I always go back to that because that book really changed how I do my work. I manage 3 podcasts. I manage multiple newsletters. You guys know I write on LinkedIn every single day. I do daily podcasts now. I create graphics. I post on Pinterest daily, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, it's a lot of work, but I break it down into systems. And a friend of mine who's writing a book, who actually wrote a book and it's now getting published and all of that, she just complimented me this morning on telling her about that. And she's been using that system, and she says it makes it so much easier. It turns a huge project into manageable projects. So I'm going to give you some steps on how to create your own system for all of this kind of following trends or finding trends or identifying trends. So one, you want to have a series of places that you go to on a regular basis. I would pick just 2 or 3 of these, or any that you may already have, on your list. Some of them are podcasts that you can access through your podcast program that you have. Some of them are websites. Trend Hunter is a website. Senior Housing News, they have information there, but I think they also have a newsletter. So some of them are just blogs or newsletters. But pick one each week, or pick 2 that you follow and just follow those 2. And then just take information from them, listen to them once a week, 10, 15 minutes, and write down your notes on whatever it is you're listening to, or whatever you hear or read about, and then put that in a spreadsheet. We're going to talk about that spreadsheet a little later, but put the idea in a spreadsheet. It's not as if you read about it. It's not as if you have to take action right then. Put it on a to-do list, on a spreadsheet to look at another time, and pick a time to do that. All right, step 2, follow the innovators. Look for things like the National Council on Aging, NAHB is a good source. They don't have a great website though, but they are a good source, especially for news and best practices. The information is there, but it's not always so easy to find. So you can look at other places. There's one, I'll put it on here, Age Safe America. I think they just came out, or have been coming out, with a wonderful blog on information. So you can use their, there's so much out there on aging in place. It's just so fragmented. So I'm trying to now build a resources section on the Aging in Place directory, where I can put all of these things in there, and then hopefully Aging in Place professionals can find them. But it's so convoluted and it's all over the place. I have to organize it. So anyway, technology and safety news, of course, and then collaborate, join the Zoom call that we do every month here for all the Aging in Place directory members. The whole idea of that is for people to talk with each other, what's happening in your world. Maybe something somebody's doing in Kansas can really help somebody in Oregon, somebody in Canada, whatever. I may change the time of that for the evening. That seems to, maybe that'll work better for people. I don't know, but we'll see what the new year brings on that. Step 3, I've spoken before about Google Alerts. You just go to Google Alerts, go to Google, type in Google Alerts, and you'll see where you can just sign up. It is under your Google account. And then all you do is just type in phrases that you want to get news about. And then every day on your email, you will get news. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is my email account with Senior Safety, which is where I have my Google Alerts. Here's my Google Alerts, and I have a folder there. And so I have an alert on caregiving. I have alert on aging parents. Now, when you do the alerts, you do want to put them in quotes, because otherwise, if you don't, then you're going to get news, everything that has the word aging and everything that has the word parents. So if you want to go specifically for aging parents or outdoor ramps, then you want to put outdoor ramps in a quotes. And then what you get are news updates. This is as of today. What news and from all different sources. This is from YouTube, the Silva Herald, Investopedia, YouTube CBS News, NBC4 Washington, and so on, Healthy Debate, and so on. And what I'm getting here are updated news on everything that I am looking for. And as you can tell, it is a lot. I have 576 news articles here. I don't get to them a lot. I try, I do my best, but it's a great way to get information on what is being put out there. And hey, maybe you have something to say about it. Maybe it's something you want to share on LinkedIn with your own thoughts, with your own comments or opinions. But Google Alerts is absolutely free. It's a great way to get information and to see what is in the news lately. So step 4, use AI into a personal trend scanner. So I took this prompt right here. I took this prompt and I put it in chat, and this is the prompt that I got. So here it is. Here's my prompt. And I put in the prompt, and here it is, the sample prompt, and it came back with, great question, Esther, here or whatever. And then this is what it told me. So it told me a lot. It gave me not only the trend, but then it gave me an actionable takeaway, how to use the information from that trend in my marketing. Because in here, keep it simple and keep it actionable. So I love that it did that. Sugar Hill is actually a city near me. My computer thinks I'm in Sugar Hill. I don't know why I'm not, but okay. And so it keeps, giving me more and more ideas that I can use. I can even take this, any of them, put them back into AI and say, I want to turn this into marketing material. Can you give me 5 ideas? Or can you write a script for me? Or can you, give me a video script, or, whatever, however you want to do it. It's a great way to give ideas, but all from this one simple little prompt. So hopefully you are using at least the $20 chat, because GPT, Perplexity, or any of the other programs. The advantage of using the paid programs versus the free is that the paid are more up to date. They give you information as of yesterday, today, whereas the free are usually, the last I heard, the information, the database it's pulling information from is 2 years old. So if you're doing marketing, then you want to do what is most current. All right, so let's go to the, did I miss something on there? No, I don't think so. No, this is all the what it gave me. All right. So step 5, this is the spreadsheet or document. However, I like spreadsheets. So this is a living ideas list. This is your to-do list. So when you find something that you think would be relevant, that you think you can market, you think you can use, then capture it. Write it down, make a note of it, even put a link to the article or YouTube video or whatever, in case you want to get more detailed information. And just, you don't have to organize it. You can if you want to, but just create a list, put it there, and then make a date, 1 day a week, to go to that list to look at it. I do it on Sunday. Sunday is my reading, educating, content update kind of day. It's when I read my books. It's when I look at, listen to my podcasts, newsletters, everything. That's my day to get all that. And that's the day that I take all that information and I put it into my idea spreadsheet. And then every Wednesday, when I have my meeting with my partner, we go over that idea spreadsheet and, what this looks good, this doesn't, what was I thinking, whatever, anything at all, just to begin the process of, okay, where can we squeeze this in? How can we make that work? But you want to have a set time. Otherwise, it's just an idea that sits in a drawer and doesn't do anything. So anyway, okay. Review your marketing every 60 days. In the last webinar, I talked about tracking and measuring the success and using analytics programs. And analytics, the basic idea of analytics is for marketers, for us, solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, is just to get an idea of what's working and what's not working. Where are people coming to on my information, and what kind of people are coming? Google Analytics does a really good job of breaking it down into demographics. They'll tell you age groups and locations and all of that. I use Clicky. Don't think Clicky does not give me a demographic age group. But I'm not that concerned about it. I can try to use other programs for that. But the point is that you do want to at least know if a marketing campaign that you're working on, let's say you created 3 articles on the topic of outdoor ramps and nothing is happening with those 3 products. Excuse me, maybe that's not something that's worthwhile working on. Maybe you need more, the competition is higher, so you need more than just 3 articles. I don't know. You can make that determination. You can have your conversation with chat. You can use the virtual advisor that I talked about in one of these webinars. And 23, webinar number 23 is where you can create your own virtual board of advisors. You can discuss it with them and see what they think you should do or could do. So many ways these days. There's just so many ways that you can get help without necessarily having to pay hundreds, thousands of dollars like you used to years ago. So you want to look at some of these things, any reviews, are you posting weekly? Is your Google profile updated? Are you showing your face on video? Have you done 10 videos without and only 1 with your face? You want to flip that around. And are you answering real questions? How's the research going? All of that. And just make a plan of what it is that you want to look at. You don't have to do everything, but just start with 1, because I think once you start the system, once you get into the habit of, oh yeah, every Tuesday I'm doing this, every Wednesday I'm doing this, every Thursday I'm doing this. Once you get into that habit, then you can start small. Then you can start building on each one of those. So I always say start with 1 thing and then just keep building on it, because the more you have the system in place, especially for solopreneurs, the more that system is in place, the easier it gets. It really does. Okay, so common mistakes to avoid. Waiting too long to do it. It's like, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I know that Christmas is coming. I'll do it later. Before you know it, it's November and you haven't done 1 thing for the holidays. So don't wait too long. Put it on that freaking calendar and stick to that calendar. Trying to learn everything at once. It's impossible, believe me, especially nowadays. You just can't open up any of these news I mean, there's 20 things every Sunday that I find that I could do new, and you have to decipher, what am I going to learn and what am I not going to learn? And yeah, I don't always get it right, but you just try. Don't worry about being uncomfortable. I do not like being in front of the camera. It took me a very long time to do it, and you'll notice on the YouTube videos that my partner, on our YouTube channel, seniorsafetyadvice.com, that my partner is on video way more than I am, because I just don't like it. I'm not even comfortable doing these webinars, but I'm trying. I'm more comfortable than I was a few years ago, but I know that this information has to get out there, and this is the only way to do it until I can clone myself quite well. Anyway, being afraid to talk openly about what you do. You're not drowning people in the information, but definitely, information that other people do not. Don't be afraid to share it, and just keep working on your stuff, whatever it is, social media, blogging, video, whatever it is, just keep doing it. I know for the longest time, it'll seem like you're talking to nobody, crickets, you don't hear anything. It doesn't matter. Just keep persevering. It will pay off at some point. It may take a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, however much you put into it, eventually it will end up at some point coming back, especially if you collaborate with others and get them basically to market you and you market them. So just a quick little type of idea of how you can break things up. Today you can set up 3 Google alerts. Okay. You can contact one client that you had, hopefully a satisfied one, for a review. And you can record a 20-second video on your, on your phone. Hey, today I did whatever. And that's it. You do those things. It'll take just a few minutes, 5 minutes for each thing. And that's it. You're done. And then for the week, sometime during the week, you can work on your Google business profile, add one simple FAQ to your website, answer it, and then post once on Facebook, Nextdoor, LinkedIn, wherever. And then for the whole month, create your trend tracker, your list, your to-do list, basically, reach out to 2 partners, meet them, talk with them, whatever, and then record one, who I help video kind of thing, the kind of person that you help. Are you having trouble getting into your home? Well, I can help you with that. Are you having trouble, with the lighting in your home? I can help you with that. Are you having trouble getting in and out of your bed? Hey, I can help you with that. Anything at all. Just don't worry about making it perfect. It's about the progress, not the perfection. Just keep plugging away. Believe me, every YouTuber at some point in their channel will show you their first YouTube video, and they will say, I am embarrassed to show you this, but I want to show you how far I've come, because you should be proud that eventually you got better and better. I hope I'm getting better and better, and I'm trying. Anyway, that's all you can do is try. So get out there. Don't wait. Believe me, don't wait, and keep doing it. All right, I think that was the final slide. Yeah, I want to thank you so much. Please give me your comments, your questions. Contact me. There's links on here for scheduling. There's should be a link for the email where you can just say, hey, I didn't understand this part of the webinar. Can you help me with that? I am more than happy to help you. My goal is to help you build your business for aging in place. Talk to other aging in place people, get them on the directory, get that thing going so that we can have one place where we can all go and where our potential clients can go and find the services and products and resources that they need. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And next week is Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Talk to you then. Talk to you later. Bye.